Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while, so I decided to go ahead and make a video. Um, so yeah, as you can see, this isn't the 58-gallon tank I used to have. I actually tore that down before I left for college, and now I have this little 14-gallon nano Biocube. And I've really dumbed down the system. I sold the tank, the Starfire tank, I sold that. I sold the skimmer, sold a bunch of equipment. I still have some left, like the halide and the stand and the sump. I just have it in storage. I have a lot of stuff in storage. But yeah, I've basically dumbed down the system because I'm not really taking care of it anymore. It's in the hands of my mom and my little brother. So they're basically taking care of the tank now. I just gave them a pretty comprehensive set of instructions, pointing out to everything, and kind of monitored what they did for like a week before I left and showed them how to do things and what they did wrong and stuff like that. But after that, they've pretty much took over the tank, and I gotta say the results are pretty good. I did have some hair algae, and I wouldn't say it's their fault. I didn't really tell them to change the GFO because I didn't want them to really put their hands in the tank too much. So the GFO wasn't changed for 4 to 5 months, and my RODI unit was putting out like 50 TDS or something like that. So that really kind of put a toll on the tank, and a bunch of algae grew. But when I came back, I switched out all the filters on the RODI. Didn't really care if they were still good or not. I just wanted a fresh start on them because they were pretty old, and I don't remember the last time I changed them. And so yeah, I switched out all the filters. Now I'm getting 0 TDS on the RODI. So now when they do water changes, it should be good to go. So let me go ahead and show you guys a quick sweep of the corals, and then I can tell you guys about the equipment and what I'm running up there and down here. So yeah, so as you can see, I lost a lot of coral. Most of the coral in my 58-gallon either died or just kind of got sold. I sold some off, some died, most of them died because of neglect, and yeah, because it was a pretty stressful period before I left for college, and I wasn't able to give the tank the care it needed. So yeah, let me go ahead and start showing you guys some coral. So as you can see, first off, the Monty, that guy used to be brown, just dirty brown, disgusting looking. And now it's just purple rimmed again, green, vibrant, and really big. That guy really grew. He was like the size of maybe 2 quarters, 2 25-cent quarters, and that's it, and now he's like that big. Same thing with this guy. He's getting a little bit of a shade there, so he's brown like right there. But like this outer rim area where he's getting light is nice and green. But yeah, that guy was browned out, disgusting, and then it just grew out to be very, very beautiful, and it's getting big. I'm thinking about trading it in or just giving it to a friend or something, because it's kind of taking up some space. Like you can see the clearance on my pink Millie there, and the Monty, they're getting really close. It's probably like 2 or 3 millimeters across, maybe 4. And I did get a bunch of zoas before I left. I don't know, it was just one of those things where I couldn't help it. And I got those over there. And then I have these over here. They're really nice. Then I got this carpet anemone, which is over here. The stupid clowns, they see the carpet anemone. They used to be in an anemone. They don't sleep in the anemone. They sleep in the zoanthids. Like, why? I don't know. But, yep, that's their home. They sleep in those zoanthids over there. And over here are my pink zoas. the camera will focus. There we go. Those are the pink zoas. And we got this some type of encrusting coral. Honestly, I forgot so many names of corals, it's not even funny. Some sort of encrusting coral down there. Then I got my chalice over here. That guy, you can see the rectangular shape he used to be in when I first bought him. He's like completely encrusted on that plug now. This tank is only like 6 months old. So most of this stuff was added let's see, when the tank was 3 months old or so, and then I left for 4 months or so, 3.5, 4 months, and now I'm back, and this is basically what happened. Pretty nice growth. Here are my Rastas. I believe that's what they're called, I forgot. But yeah, they grew out. I bought those as 1 polyp or 2 polyps. No, it was 1 polyp, and man, they are all over the place now. If the clowns freaking move, you guys can see it. This camera's very bad at focusing. But yeah, those are the Rastas. Those I bought them from this place called Atlantis Aquarium, and they're supposedly designer Rastas, and they were $20 a polyp. And I bought 1 polyp because they were really nice, and you know, I just caved in because their tank was really nice, and I'm like, man, I gotta get something. So that's either worth a lot of money or nobody knows about them anymore and they're worth nothing. So yeah. If you look closely, you can see my chalice kind of flapping in the breeze over there. That's kind of weird. Never seen that. Then over here I have my other pink zoas. They fell down, didn't bother picking them back up, and now they're down there. So they're growing. And then down here is my little pain in the ass urchin who constantly knocks over corals, but I've like really securely glued down everything. And over here, you guys saw it before, my pink Millie has some green on it. Then over here is my stylo. That guy, he fell down. Sorry, he fell down and he was like in the shade over here, and he wasn't getting any light. So you can see where he was getting light was the top part, and the bottom he wasn't getting any light at all. And I'm surprised he survived. So I stuck him back up there to get some more light. Hopefully he'll color back up. He's already getting color on the bottom branches right there. You can see it. So yeah, that's good. And that's about it for coral. It's a very simple tank. I didn't go heavy on any type of coral. It's just pretty random, not much in there. I have a lot of pumps in there because I don't want flow to get stagnant, and I'm not taking care of it anymore, so it's like I'm not constantly sucking out the detritus that's building up at the bottom sometimes. The dirtiness on the bottom, because this is a bare bottom tank. I didn't bother putting sand, so I had to put that WP-25 down there to keep circulating the bottom, which in turn also helps circulate the top. And then I had to add this guy up here because the top was getting a little stagnant. And yeah, so this tank has pretty decent flow. The only spot I get buildup is now like right in this corner. Out of all places, that's the only corner that builds up now, which is good because I can just stick a siphon hose down there, or just tell my brother while I'm on Skype to stick a siphon hose down there and he'll just suck it up. But yeah. And another thing is that this tank the glass on it has not been cleaned a single time in the past 6 months. It's a little cloudy, not the cleanest it could be, but it isn't as dirty as you would expect. And that is thanks to these guys over here. Before I left, I added a crap ton of snails, like 10 of those guys, and then I added 5 Nassarius snails, and then I added some type of Astrina snail, and they've kept this entire tank pretty much clean to where it's visible inside, so that's pretty cool. And I guess some of it is the algae on the rock kind of sucking up the phosphates before the glass can grow. But I've been tearing some of that stuff out while I'm back home and kind of just cleaning it out so the corals don't get suffocated, you know. And yeah, so that's basically it. Let's go ahead and move into equipment and food and stuff like that. So this is a WP25 I'm running, and that's a Corellia, some small number one, don't even remember. I'll probably split this video into 2 parts, so you guys don't have to stick through a 10-minute video. Up here, that's my Kalkwasser jug. I used to be running 1 teaspoon per gallon, but now I run 2 because when I came back, my levels were at like 6.7 and they dropped crazy and I had to bring it back up slowly. So yeah, I'm running Kalkwasser now. It's really good stuff. I'm running the Brightwell +2. It's basically alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. Oh, and also strontium. And it just doses it. I just drip it in. And it works really well. It's been working for me really, really well. I honestly don't want to get off of it, but I might have to in the future because the tank, it can't keep up with the tank. The tank is growing way too fast. And for food, I'm running New Life Spectra, just, you know, small pellet stuff. And this is an Oceanic Biocube Nano Biocube. It's 14 gallons. It's a nice little size tank for what I needed. And down here is my power strip. This is basically what they turn off when they have to do the water change. I taped off all the ones they're not supposed to touch. And the ones that shine are the ones they can touch. So, yeah. And then over here, got like 4 pages of instructions. How to make salt water, how to make RDI water, how to do a water change. It's all split up into stages, how to make Kalkwasser. I've updated it all, and stuff like that. Down here in this crusty cabinet, let's see if I turn on the flash. I just stored a bunch of crap. Got my old T5, don't use that anymore. Got the WP25 controller. That thing is, the WP25 isn't on the switch, it runs 24/7. And that's a power supply for the lighting, which I will show you now. So let me go ahead and head over to that place after I close this crusty cabinet. Okay, so here's the setup I did. So if you remember, I mentioned that I sold the Starfire tank. Oops. And I'm back. My finger slipped when I was taking down the calc jug and it stopped the video. Anyways, so yeah, as I mentioned before, I sold the Starfire tank, and with that I got, if I can show you, the lights off, this DIY rapid LED kit. It's the Aurora Puck, and basically it has the drivers. These are LDD drivers, and there's the 1000 milliamp ones and the 700 milliamp ones, and the 700s go for the colors and the 1000 go for the whites and the blue, and those are connected to an Arduino, which is also interfacing with a real-time clock in RTC. And what I'm doing is basically doing a ramp up, ramp down. I typed up some code for that before I left and stuck a USB right there, and that USB just comes out through the back, and I just have it kind of laying around. If I ever want to reprogram it, I have the cable already connected. I don't have to unscrew anything. And the Arduino is getting power from a power pin, which is connected to here to the 24 volt power supply. So I had to splice that wire and run it through, and done it again. Anyways, so basically the power goes through the current goes through the power supply, goes to the Arduino, powers the Arduino on. It also goes to the LDD drivers, which are basically DC current drivers, and those guys pump with PWM signals from the Arduino to the LEDs, which simulate ramp up, ramp down. And yeah, it's really nice. It fits all in this nice little clear thing that the Biocubes come with. Got the 2 stock fans running, and then I got 1 fan that came with the kit running across the LEDs, and this thing does not get hot at all. And here's a top-down view of the tank. It's very clean. I haven't run carbon in... I have never run carbon in this tank, and the water is almost crystal clear. And yeah. And then down here we have a Cobalt Maxi Jet. I put that down there because it was building up detritus, so it basically blows around stuff so it doesn't build up down there. It's one thing they don't have to clean. Down there we got GFO and Eheim heater, 75 watt is the smallest one I could find, and a return pump that comes with the Biocube. And I've been running felt pads since I'm here, but I'll probably take that out when I leave so they don't have to keep changing that and stuff. So yeah, that's the equipment. It's very simple. It's to the point, and yeah, gets the job done. That's what I like about it. No complicated fussy bits. And right here is a Kalkwasser jug. I have an IV line I got from my mother, and she basically knows how to set up IVs, and it was just something familiar with her, so I used it, and I set the drip rate for the Kalkwasser for that, and they check on that daily so to make sure it doesn't clog up and stuff. So yeah, that's the tank, guys, and I think that's about it for this video. So this is probably going to be one update. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to update in a while. So you guys will probably see me in another 3 to 4 months. But hopefully everything goes well, and I can show you guys a even more beautiful tank in the coming months. And nothing crashes, and I can probably add more coral or something, some new fancier equipment. I don't know. We'll see what I do with the Kalkwasser situation and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I know this video was super long. I'll split it into 2 parts, and there's a bunch of mess ups in there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the coming months. Thanks for watching. Bye.